Hey, 210. Hey, everybody, welcome back to class. Get on out of that, where are they? The student union. Get out of there.
Union.
It's closed. We're doing renovations.
210.
It's been irradiated. Paulina ran through there looking for Chanel. And, well, now everybody's sick, and we got to close the building down.
I need Chanel to be having a radiation baby.
Just green.
And it'd be like that baby from I can't think of the name. That cartoon, about the superhero family.
The Incredibles?
The Incredibles?
Yes.
Yeah.
It needs to be like the little Incredibles baby.
Little Jack.
Jack.
Yeah. They can call him that if they name him after their daddy Johnny.
They should.
Well, she
Because
wasn't
Jack is a
feeling
nickname
good.
for John.
Chanel was not feeling good at the end of Friday.
She was not. And it's all Paulina's fault.
In the promo, it says she has radiation sickness.
Because Paulina is a nuclear bomb.
So I hope she's pregnant and there's a lot of radiation, maybe. Because Dave would do that shit good.
All right, folks, climb on in. This is your physics lesson. We're going to talk about radiated isotopes.
No,
we're going to talk about half-lives. And we're going to talk about the true, damage caused by somebody who's under radiation therapy.
Now,
yeah,
tell me, I don't know. There is no such thing as this, right?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I feel like if there were radiated cancer patients that were a problem to the public, the general public would have heard about it by now.
You would think so.
Yeah, I don't think that
you have to be isolated.
Yeah, because my mother got. Yeah, no, you're not radioactive if you get it.
No way.
I didn't think so. I didn't think so.
What? We looked it up a couple of weeks ago. They put like radioactive balls inside your body near the cancer or something.
Yes.
Something like that.
Yes. That happened with Pop. Yes.
Yeah. And then it does its business or it doesn't. And then you move on to other treatments or you get on with your life and hope for no remission.
I think days of our lives, if they're going to make up things that can happen to you, it should be also a made up disease. It should be toxic spheres or something.
Yeah, like
it should be toxic spheres. It should be brain worms, like
as it turns
whatever,
out,
like
Paulina,
Tracy had.
Paulina indeed did have cancer, but the tumor was explosive. It could just go at any time.
And it did.
And Chanel got caught in the radioactive blast. Hey,
exactly.
There was no notification, says Jeannie. I don't know about that. I don't control YouTube. Glad you made it though.
How dare you? How dare you allow Jeannie not to be notified?
I'm sorry. Next time I'm just going to tag her. And be like, hey, Jeannie, run.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Good morning, everybody. Get on into class. Climb onto the lecture hall. Days for Dummies is upon us. I'm Matt.
I'm Kat.
And I am Angela.
Look at that.
With Matt and Kat.
3 of us are here once again, talking about days of our lives. Another big week.
So, Angela, is that your new podcast location?
Yeah, kind of. This is my my room / office. It was massive master bedroom. So I put my office in here so I could have my guest room and as my friends and family are calling it, my spa room. And but it's still getting organized in here, slowly but surely.
I put up 4 new headshots behind me, finally, after almost a year. Now there's a Josh Swickard, and a Donnell Turner, and a James Patrick Stewart, and a Cynthia Watros.
Yep.
I met her yesterday.
Yeah, I saw online you went to a big soap event over the weekend.
When it comes to, I thought, meeting Cynthia, when it comes to like spending time with you and just really, really trying to connect with you, she is the best.
Yeah.
She and Laura.
They all had a lot of fun. Yeah, they were roommates on the road for this trip, actually, because they did a few events just themselves, just the 2 of them, and then they did some with the other 2 as well.
This is for 11 o'clock, but while we're talking about these 2 ladies, The little scene at the end of last week where they're like, hey, Ava's a problem for Sunny. And they're like, yeah, I thought it was great.
Yeah, seriously, I think everything on GH is great right now. I really do. I'll be on that island. I think, especially compared to what we've gotten the past few years, it's Shakespeare.
Now, all we need is for Days of Our Lives to catch up. We need to get over these backstage hurdles and end of strike issues and all that stuff. That's
Did we see that Ari announced when her last
Yes, and it's
air
coming up
date
in
is?
2 months. Coming up in June, right?
Yeah, July.
July.
July
Okay,
29th.
so it's a
the
little
end of July, right?
End of July.
Yeah.
So I'm
the
going
end
to
of July.
guess that at the end of July is the end of the turmoil because the guy's not there anymore, right?
Maybe. Yeah, maybe.
I'm hoping.
Well, no, because her problem wasn't just with Alar. Her problem was also Corday.
Well, right, but didn't she leave before he did? After. Got it. See, I don't know. I don't pay
She
attention
didn't
to
leave
credits.
till sometime in October.
Got it.
Yeah.
She and Steve Burton hand in hand, skipping outside the studio. Nicole and Harris having a blast. That's how it's going. Leo, Dimitri comes back to town, and Leo does something that causes a problem. I don't know. I don't know how to write for this show.
Yeah. Well, he's supposed to get out of jail, isn't he?
Yeah. So that's a thing that happened this week, because we found out that Dimitri is being released from his supermax.
But they didn't say release from jail, though.
Just from his supermax.
Supermax.
Right. So he'll just come back to town. But Sloane isn't happy about it because Dimitri knows the truth, and she hasn't bought Dimitri off like she has Leo.
Well, Sloane, I think, is pretty much her gig is up. I think.
Yeah, her goose is cooked. The gig is up. The job is finished.
Well, I mean, ish. Is EJ going to blow her out of the water if she tells him who the baby's father is?
See, I did see a little something suggesting that maybe EJ will hold on to this information so he can, not lose Nicole to Eric.
Exactly, because it ain't his baby, so it ain't his baby.
I feel as though EJ in the general Salem public works with the knowledge that they are one wind blow away from Eric and Nicole falling happily ever after with one another. So current partners might want to avoid that.
Right. So we'll see.
I feel bad for Eric because he looks like he's looking like he don't have no sense at all. But
he doesn't have no sense at all. Doesn't Brady boys have any sense at all?
just watch it. Just watch anybody with the last name Brady. Okay, Roman and down.
Jesus. Or any man like Brady adjacent.
If it was anybody but Leo standing on the other side of that door, Eric might not have believed it at all. He loosely believes it now, but if that man was straight, he might be like, listen, Sloane, you are lying. Okay?
Oh my God.
Y'all are doing it.
Yeah. Well, she just can't cover this. She's just got too many loose strings.
No.
Not going to fare well for her.
It'll be good that it'll be good for her if she gets EJ on her side. So between the two of them, maybe they can keep the secret till July.
Continue to just push, just kick that can down the line. Maybe I'll tell him on his 16th birthday, 18th birthday. That's when I'll tell Eric. Yeah. This is really Nicole's baby.
Yeah.
And I don't know if anybody knows, because it's still in EJ's safe, that you're actually really the dad.
Yeah, right.
You've been raising your own kid, Eric. Aren't you happy?
And that'll be the thing too, because even if EJ doesn't believe her right away, he has the proof in his safe. Mm-hmm. So, he could go home intending to tell Nicole and take that info out and be like, oh,
I don't know. Oh, I can't stand for this. So good job them on the drama. In other Demira news, Holly isn't a very good friend to her friend Sophia. I don't think.
Oh.
See, you don't even remember it was so unimportant to you. Apparently Holly's got a friend
Is
from
this
school.
surprising after what she did to the guy she supposedly likes?
She's a terrible friend. She was not nice to that girl.
She is a terrible friend.
She was not nice to that girl at all.
Mm-mm.
Just lies.
Mm-hmm.
And then like truth.
Uh-huh. Holly's a rotten little thing.
She is. She's a rotten
little thing. She's like a little Heather, you know?
What is it?
She's one of those Heathers.
In her? I don't get it.
She's rotten.
She's rotten. But why does Tate want that so badly? There's plenty of other women in Salem, right?
He's a Brady adjacent boy, and we just covered that. Okay.
Got it.
Okay.
I understand.
What's his father's name again? Yeah, exactly.
Because like I remember when Tate was blonde and hanging out in Salem, right? And he was younger. You know what
spreads faster than radiation sickness in Salem?
Soros.
Stupidity.
Oh, she's another Sammy in the making, says Jeannie.
Oh, yeah.
But like, so like even when Tate was blonde and younger and came through town and stuff and he like had a crush on Holly, I'm like, I get it. Okay, you have a crush on her, you have a crush on her, you have a crush on her. But we've gotten now to this point in their story where it's like Tate is desperately in love with this woman, and I'm not really sure why, because I haven't really seen Holly be particularly nice to him.
Again,
it's just the dumb Brady sense.
Well, he's a teenage boy,
right?
But she can't be the only person in Salem.
No, I know, but it's the chase that he likes. It's the conquest that he likes.
Maybe it's just been so long since I've been chasing. Just forgotten the thrill.
And then Kelly, I'm in my new office room that I'm getting set up. He was asking about where I am.
Yeah, Kelly. Hey, Kelly. Hi, Jeannie, Kelly. Everybody's here. Well, at least they're here participating in the chat. I don't know who else is here hanging out. Lurking.
Hi, everybody.
Lurking.
But if you're there, say hey. Like the video if you haven't yet, because, that's good for us.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Good for us.
Subscribe to the channel, all that stuff. You've been having a good time talking about Days of Our Lives, Days for Dummies podcast. We're here to teach you nothing about days.
Yes.
Like, really, we don't teach you a
That
damn
is
thing.
not true. We try.
We learn that Salem is in Illinois. We know that Tate.
We've learned
a
lot of things. Well, you guys have learned a lot of things.
We know Tate is a dummy for Holly.
You know who's going to be the most rotten teenager? There is the most rotten teenager.
Rachel?
Rachel, yes.
Oh, God, she's going to be great. Rachel's going to be fabulous.
It's going to be so
Brady's going to be longing for the days of dumbass Tate.
Right?
Why can't you just be stupid like your brother?
And I just realized this week, I didn't know that so Roman and Kayla are brother and sister?
I guess. That's what I came across too.
Yeah, I didn't realize that.
So, I mean, cool for them.
Yeah.
Cool for them, I guess. Cool for them. I don't know. I don't know anything about that family. I know that Roman hangs out in the pub. That's pretty much the extent I know about Roman Brady.
Well, they don't show him anywhere else.
No, he's never.
I don't think we've seen him in a home.
I don't, unless he hung out in the burned out Horton house for a moment.
For a moment.
But I don't recall it. So yeah, no, it's the set that's closest to the door. And so it's the only one that he wants to go to. He's like, that's the one I'm going to. That's it. I'm not getting deeper into this place. Kelly won't be on next week because she's going to be hanging out with the Guiding Light cast online celebrating their 60th anniversary.
Oh, it's like their 60th anniversary, huh?
Well, yeah, because they're not on the air anymore.
Because they're not on the air.
They didn't survive the war, Kelly. They didn't survive. They were a casualty. Their anniversary. I love it. It's like an unbirthday from Alice in Wonderland. Oh my gosh. So hey, so I do think, Ma, that we're getting close to having Dimitri and Lee back on the show.
I think so too.
Did I say another world? I said another world, didn't
I think you said guiding light, didn't you?
Oh, okay. Well, another world then. Whatever. Who cares?
No, they're both not
They're
on.
both not on the show anymore.
But that's good though. That'll be fun.
Yeah, you're okay. I did say kind of like, excuse me. No, yeah, that'll be a great time. If you loved Another World, I'm sure it's going to be super awesome seeing, actors and clips. I don't know exactly what they have planned, but, if you're a big fan,
Yeah.
hope you have a good time with that. Luckily for us, we're watching shows that are still on. But if they did a big All My Children reunion, we'd be all over that nonsense and
Yes, we
podcasting
would.
about it.
Yes, we would.
Be all over it in a second. Oh, boy. Did somebody from AMC recently pass away, or was that a dream? That was probably some weird dream.
I don't know. I didn't hear.
Yeah, I didn't hear anything either. Anyway, it cost her a pretty penny. Well, then hopefully it's going to be the most amazing event you've ever been to, Kelly. All those people needed money. Because they're not on Another World anymore.
So she's going to actually, it's not a Zoom event?
It's probably a Zoom event. I can't imagine they went to her island in Canada. Then again, Kelly can travel. People don't have to go to her. I think it's online. I don't know, though. I don't know. I'll be virtually watching. There you go. Already answers the question. Yeah. What else happened on Days of Our Lives, Ma? I know it all. Okay, I know that Steve and John had conversations about Constantine. It's okay, Maggie. We don't need the prenup. I'll sign it anyway, though, just for your comment.
Everybody does not want her to marry him. Everybody. Oh my gosh, I thought Xander was not happy. No one's happy about that. Nobody is happy about that.
No.
I'm really kind of surprised that Maggie's doing this. She seems like smarter than that to me.
She does seem smarter than that. I don't know what's going on here. It's clearly for the plot. I'm curious about the Xander of it all, to be honest, because he's so on the periphery of the story and barely included in any of the episodes, yet is one of the most invested characters when it comes to like Constantine's bad of everybody out there.
What I got from it is that he just his admiration and love for Maggie is quite intense.
It's not even real though.
Wanting to protect her.
Oh, Xander's wanting to protect Maggie. Yeah, well, it's his wife's mama, right?
Yeah,
he just, he really
likes his
hair.
mother-in-law. He loves his mother-in-law, and he doesn't want her to be taken advantage of. And then that stupid old Constantine, he's surprised that there's a prenup.
Well, I thought I was going to be able to kill you on our wedding anniversary. On the honeymoon, I was going to take all your money, Maggie.
Yeah, and it looks like John and Steve thinks that he did kill his first wife.
Yes.
Thinking that.
We can't find a trace of this woman anywhere. Not a name, not a footprint, not a finger, nothing. Nothing. What happened to her? Oh, actually, she probably killed her. She killed her partner. She killed her good.
Yep.
He killed her good, and then I killed his daughter, and I can't live with that. It's just going to be the John Black impression hour.
Didn't kill her.
No, of course he didn't. It was Constantine,
I don't think Steve did either.
Or maybe it was even herself, or some sort of weird accident like the movie Bodies, spoiler alert. I don't know if the movie Bodies, starring Pete Davidson. Hey, Kelly, thank you for your enormous donation. I don't know what the exchange rate of Canadian to American dollars is, but I love to collect them. I hope to get a bill one day with the Queen on it. Is that what money's still like in Canada? I don't know. I don't know if the Queen is still on the Canadian dollar. Or is it like Trudeau now? I don't know. But thank you, Kelly. Thank you. Hey, you don't have to be a live watcher to contribute to the show. If you feel like you want to, you don't have to. But if you feel like you want to, you can even leave a super thanks in the comments when we're not live and contribute that way. Kelly says, yes, the Queen is still on the buck. So, hey. Oh, we're changing it to the King. Oh, see, that's what you get for still being a Commonwealth. All right, you need to follow what America did and really give England the finger. All right. Our money is going to be one color. It's just going to be green. We're not going to use the queen. We're going to put the greatest white men in history on it. And every time we have a president, they threaten to put their face on a new piece of currency.
Mm-hmm.
Every time we have a new president.
It hasn't been Kennedy is the most recent president to go on money.
I do believe so.
$50.
But he was also the last one to be forcibly removed from office through violence.
He was.
So, you know, what a rough time back in that day was. Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness. I was watching the Baz Luhrmann Elvis movie. I'm halfway through it.
Mm-hmm.
Elvis was alive in that time.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you knew that. But he was really popular in the 60s.
Elvis?
Yeah.
Of course
He was insanely popular in the 50s, incredibly popular in the 60s. Not so much at the end of the 60s. But then he sang a song on TV and everybody loved him again.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
Comeback special.
And for me, that's the end of the movie. I stopped watching at that point.
Yeah?
Sure, I'll pick it up again and finish it off. Gotta see how the story ends. I've got no clue. I would say that we need a big Elvis musical act on Days of Our Lives, but you know me, Ma. I'm not a big fan of those fake rock stars on my soap operas.
No.
No.
Well, there is doesn't Susan, isn't her husband an Elvis impersonator? That's what Angela said.
What, Bill Hayes?
Yeah. No, not Bill Hayes.
Well, Susan. Who's Susan?
No, Susan, like EJ's mama.
Oh, Elvis.
Yes.
No, it was who was it? It was Victor dressed as Elvis or something, or Stefano as Elvis. Kelly says at least her currency is pretty. The different colors, and she's got $1 and $2 coins.
Mine is pretty. Yes.
Oh, goodness gracious. I have to make up for missing next week. Oh, Kelly, her donation was to make up for missing next week, and that's silly, Kelly. You don't got to do that. You don't got to make us happy. Remember when you missed months?
You did.
EJ's real name is Elvis, reminds
Unfortunately.
Kelly. It's true. Every time we reference something on Days for Dummies, it's always tangentially related to Days of Our Lives, even when we don't realize it. Even when we're not thinking about it. What are you looking at?
What was I looking at?
Yeah.
A TV screen.
Oh, see, I'm so boring. Mom's watching TV.
No, I got distracted by it. It just flashed weird, so.
What I pushed the buttons too early and I didn't write notes, and so now I'm having to like do live notes in my brain and fire my memory cells to remember what happened during the week. And you know what else happened during the week?
What else happened during the week?
Stuff.
Well, I know what happened. So Ava
Yes.
and Harris
And Stefan.
went into the bistro
Yeah.
looking for that black book.
Yeah, we gotta look for the drug book.
Yeah, looking for the drug book. I
The
don't.
drug book. We gotta find the book of all the secrets, all of the customers.
I just don't understand why Ava is doing anything that Clyde says now. Why?
To protect Trip, I guess. She just needs to send him to Antarctica. Kelly, Angela, to answer your question, Kelly, she wasn't feeling well, and so she warned us, at least Mom and I, before we started, that she wanted to just hop off at some point.
Yeah, she might need to pop off at one point.
But you know what? She seemed perfectly fine to me, so I think that she just double booked herself and was looking for an excuse. She doesn't want to teach us anything, you guys. You know, that title of professor is certainly very honorary. So yeah, all that craziness when it comes to that, I imagine this drug story is starting to come toward its end. I'm not sure what else they can do to revitalize this thing. It was once kind of over encompassing, and now it's really kind of isolated to just Ava, Harris, and Clyde.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there was a little bit of John and Steve were like, we let them out of jail, we're terrible people, but then that's over now.
And they, well, and they were saying that, they were having all the, lots of, medical things going on because people are ODing and stuff like that. And,
Yeah.
big jump and that kind of stuff. And they're not talking about that anymore.
Right, yeah. So, it's like he's out of jail, and so it's harder for him to push his drugs, which I don't know. I don't know. It's just, it was front and center, and now it's not. Now it's more isolated to what's going on with them. So they got to either revitalize it in some way, or we're headed toward the end.
Solve it.
Solve it with a cave in over Harris's head, and Ava and Stefan.
I wonder
move on
when.
together.
So it would. Ari went on social media and told us when her last air date is. I wonder when Harris's last air date is.
I don't know. I don't think Steve Burton's going to tell us. I think Steve Burton's busy doing other stuff, and he isn't going to talk about it at all.
I watched him a little bit. I've watched he and Bradford a little bit this past week, and their podcast is so much better now because now he's back on the show and they can just talk about it in a way they couldn't before.
Well,
because he wasn't on the show.
He's there, and then of course, he's Spinelli's there too.
Mm-hmm.
So
so their podcast is so much better now that he's back on the show.
I'm sure. I am sure it is. I know that he was, he was taught,
And he doesn't talk about Days of Our Lives at all.
No, he only talks about GH because that's where his heart is.
Yeah,
Steve's last air date is in early July. Nicole's last air date is in late July. This show is going to look very different after July's over.
It is, huh?
Yeah.
Well, they might add a character or two though, or have somebody come back.
Well, it looks like Dimitri and Lee might be on their way back. Dimitri getting out of Supermax, and Lee's just on the mind of Kristen, right? No, not who is it? Is it Kristen? Somebody and somebody. Two people are trying to figure out the Lee situation.
Yeah.
They're like, well, what really happened to Lee? Was Stefan or something? I don't remember. It's Kristen and Stefan. I don't know. Kristen's starting to get involved in a number of things now.
Yeah. Boy, she had one sexy scene there with Alex, didn't she?
My goodness, I haven't seen such passionate kissing on my television since I was on websites. Like, goodness.
I know. You could even see tongues.
Yeah, like Robert Scott Wilson and the actress
Stacey.
who plays Kristen, Stacy.
I think her name's Stacy.
It's like they've been hoping to make out at some point on TV.
I don't know. I think they must have had a conversation before. We're gonna go for it.
We're just gonna go for it. This is Alex
just
and
gonna
Kristen
go for it.
going at it, okay? This is Alex and Kristen.
I know.
We can't just smooch. We gotta kiss.
Yeah, they got it. Yeah. Boy, oh boy! And then she was climbing on top of him and everything. Woo,
I know.
Boy.
It was quite.
It was quite sexy.
It was quite the thing, Like, listen, folks, this show is online. All right, we don't have network standards and practices to worry about. When Corday said, "Hey, when we move over to Peacock, the show is going to become more tantalizing," this is what he meant. And
I think I heard somebody refer to another person as a prick.
Look at that. Look at that. The language is getting worse. This new executive producer is like, dirty it up.
I think I did hear that. Did I hear
Dirty
that?
All right. I want to work up to Chanel saying, "What the fuck, Johnny?" All right. That's what I want to work up to.
I don't think we need that. It's funny though, but we don't need that.
Oh, goodness, that would be something amazing. A few OG characters are coming back for Doug's funeral, but I don't think that's happening until the end of the year, says Kelly. So I guess we do have that to look forward to. That's going to be a big Days for Dummies event when we get to finally see the faces of all these people who have come through Salem over these years that we've never met.
Yeah. Yeah.
Until then, we got to hang out with the current cast, though.
I've never seen Sammy. I've never seen Bo and Hope.
I imagine they'll be a part. I know Bo's in a coma or something, but he'll wake up for Doug, right?
And barely know who Lucas is.
Yeah.
We barely know who
He's
he
been
is.
locked up in that room over Brady's pub. The most I know about Lucas is that the actor Brian DiTillo was in Playgirl. That's the most I know about Lucas. Isn't that sad? Isn't
Yeah.
that sad? Kristen has a habit of sleeping with men that could be her son, says Jeannie. But you know what? When you're in a hot MILF like Kristen, what are you going to do? You know, she's a cougar.
Yeah, she is. And she ain't got no scruples. So there you go.
As long as they're over 18, we're all good. She
Yeah.
could even like wait until Tate's 18th birthday. I don't know if they're related or something. It'd be weird, but you know, I'm just saying. Just saying. Boy, already looks like he's 21.
Rachel's gonna give her such a hard time later. Oh my gosh, because you know
Is she though?
She's very manipulative to that little girl too.
Or is Kristen always going to have her number? Is she always going to stay one step ahead of her daughter because she has been outmaneuvering the Demiras for decades?
Yeah, she has been.
Lucas was married to Sammy and his dad to Allie and Will.
Oh.
And we've heard the name Allie.
We
Not
did.
Abby, but Allie.
Allie, evidently Allie is Johnny's sister.
Something like that, I guess. I don't know.
Because they got a gift from her, right?
I don't know if sisters, because Allie and Will, like, unless they have the same mama. I don't know who Johnny's mama is.
I don't know who Johnny's mom is either. I know EJ's his dad.
Right, but I don't know his mama. Twin. Jeannie says twin.
Oh, Allie and
But then if
Allie
Lucas
and
was
Johnny are
married to
twins?
Sammy and dad to Allie and Will, I'm very confused. Twin, Sammy, Jeannie, write in one sentence rather than a bunch of words, please. Please. You just can't follow. I don't know what you're saying. So who's next then? Is Johnny Demare next for Kristen, or is that too gross? Because she's his nephew.
Yeah.
He's her nephew, is what I should say, grammatically correct. So that's
that is gross.
Then I don't know. So who's like the relate? Sammy and Eric are twins. We know that. We knew that, right?
Yeah. Sammy and Eric twins. I know that.
Yes. And their parents are Kate and Roman.
Yes, I think
Roman
so.
and Marlena?
Yeah, they're
Roman and Marlena.
Marlena's their mama, yes.
Yeah, and then Roman's the daddy, I believe.
Uh-huh.
Because otherwise, why would they be Brady? He's the main Brady.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to replace the General Hospital autographs with a Days of Our Lives family tree. But I kind of feel like it's going to go up once and then just like stay on one level and just get real wide.
I did find a family tree, but it's the Kyriakis' family.
Oh,
But I
because they
did
aired
find
that. They put that on TV, right?
Hmm?
Or no, that was the Horton family tree that they put up.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, because Justin Kyriakis, he's my main, he's my center Kyriakis now because he's Wally Kurth.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I don't know Victor.
Right.
And Maggie's a married Kyriakis, you know? So to me, is Justin.
Yeah. Justin's married, but they never show his wife. They did, when we first started watching, she was on for a minute. Her name's Bonnie.
Oh, yeah, I remember Bonnie.
Mm-hmm.
What happened to her?
Well, the mansion's big, so sometimes you just don't see people.
Well, Justin hasn't been on it a lot recently either. I don't know what Wally Kurth was up to. I know that GH and Days are nowhere near close to each other when it comes to broadcast dates.
Mm-hmm.
But I did find it interesting that Wally wasn't on either one of them for, a stint.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering what that guy's up to. Johnny and Allie are twins with different dads. Okay, there we go. I remember Angela talking about that story. Sammy is
Twins
his
with
mom.
different dads?
Yes. So Sammy slept with Lucas and EJ on the same night. And I guess ovulated 2 eggs. Was not safe.
Oh.
And EJ is responsible for Johnny, while Lucas is responsible for Allie.
Wow. So Sammy's a little dirty, isn't she?
Well, no, well, I mean, if you want to apply 2024 modern day expectations, sure, sure. But we're just being animals out there, you know? We're just listening to our base animalistic instinct. You know, go out there, do the thing. I don't know. I don't know how it works with primates. They're in big groups and there's like one dominant guy. So, you know, humans are really different just from the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you're in like some sort of like neighborhood where it's like that. You know, where there's just like Chuck on the corner and everybody knows Chuck because Chuck knows everybody. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Very Desperate Housewife situation.
Really? Really?
Oh man, what a great show. I think Wally and the Day Players are touring. They might be touring right now, but then that wouldn't explain why we're getting Johnny and Brady and, you know, well, not so much Stefan, but some Stefan, but no Wally, no Justin.
Mm-hmm.
Just wonder, is he hanging out with John Lindstrom? Because if so, can I hang out too? Bonnie and Adrian are both played by Judy Evans, says Julie. I don't know who Judy Evans is.
The actress that plays Bonnie.
Yeah, I reminded myself. That reminds me because I was going to look up a picture of Bonnie because I remember the name, but I don't remember the face of the character.
Yeah, she's blonde.
Days of Our Lives. Anytime somebody mentions Bonnie, I think of the Bonnie from Roseanne. Oh yeah, Bonnie Lockhart. Yeah. I see her. Yes, I remember.
When we first started watching, she was on.
She was on and she had this really fancy hairdo, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, was that Linda Hamilton? Guiding Light and One Life to Live did the same thing with twins with two dads. So, you know, I mean, I'm sure it's happened in real life too.
One Life to Live did that, huh?
There's no way that, you know, somebody like this hasn't been on Maury, you know, like, I want to confirm that you're the father of my babies.
And Natalie.
And then Maury pulls out the envelope and he's like, well, in the case of 2-year-old Samuel, John, you are the father. In the case of 2-year-old Johnny Jr., John, you are not the father. Whoa! That's what we need.
Well, it is possible. That is possible to happen. You could have twins and have them have different fathers. You could.
I don't want it. I think that just sounds like a soap plot and a lot of life drama.
Oh yeah. I mean, I don't know of any human I don't personally know of anybody that had twins by different. I've seen a dog have babies to have two different fathers.
Well, that's what I was saying when it comes to like
I've seen dogs do it.
That's kind of what I was referring to without, you know, referring to humans as dogs, right? Because that would be bad. But you know, that's kind of what I thought, you know, like you have a litter of babies and a bunch of suitors out there. Like, remember Octomom from years ago? I wonder how those kids are doing. Do you remember Octomom with the 11 babies and stuff? If she didn't get that in vitro, she could have had 11 different baby daddies for all we know.
True.
My God, that's a lot of pregnancy. I don't remember those pictures. My God, how do you survive such a thing? Matt, what is hanging on the wall behind you next to the door? Same thing as always. Are you referring to this thing? It's private, Kelly. You don't get to know anything about this room.
Or talking about the sign that's behind your head.
Well, that's the Marauders map. It's a Harry Potter reference. This is a little necklace that my dude made. It hangs on the wall there, and I grab it whenever I want to use it. And this is my closet mirror. And that's my door, and this is my microphone. That's me, Matt. Hi. Hi. Big thing. I don't really know what you're referring to. There's a little television set over here. Whatever, Mom.
Whatever, Matt.
There was one more thing I wanted to talk about, but it keeps on falling out of my brain whenever I want to bring it up. It was something about somebody doing something, and it was just interesting to me. It was, oh shoot. It was important too. It was a big thing. It was a big thing.
Was a big thing?
It was a big story plot point.
Well, didn't they say last week? Weren't they talking about last week that the invader was going to close?
I guess not. I guess now.
Now
Nicole,
and now it's not going to.
Yeah, now Nicole is getting a job working for them.
Yeah, because they were saying that they were going to close it down.
That's what it was Bobrit. Bobrit stuff. Because Bobrit is very alive now. He's not just Everett. He's not just Bobby. He's Bobrit.
Yes, and I don't think he understands that's what's happening to him.
No, he doesn't recognize what's going on. He's just kind of flipping the switch on and off. It came down to exactly what we predicted right here, folks. Right here on Days for Dummies. We predicted it correctly. When it comes down to it, we are 1 for 100 when it comes to correct predictions about soap operas. No, but we hit that one on the head. He signed his name, and now he's Bobby.
Yeah, and he seems to slip in and out.
He slips in and out, and he doesn't seem to recognize it or realize it. He dumps the papers in the thing, fishes the papers out, switching back and forth while hanging out at the Spectator.
Yeah, and he was so he had Stephanie approach him. Stephanie approached him, and he was Bobby at the moment.
And Bobby.
And then she went on into Brady's, and he went into the pub after, and he was Everett.
Hi, I'm Everett. I'm gonna work it out. I need two very distinctive voices for Bobby and Everett, so I can make fun of it, so I can make it fun, and do my impressions.
Yes.
Hi, it's me, Everett. I'm a good guy, aren't I? And I'm Bobby. And Bobby, and I want you to burn. I need it. I need it.
Well, I love me a multiple personality story. I love it.
It's going to be super interesting. I'm looking forward to when we find out that he has got a secret third personality. We've got like nice guy Everett, we've got bad guy Bobby, and then we've got like vigilante hero Victor. Yeah. Vincent.
It makes me think of Vicky and Nikki from One Life to Live. I loved it. I love it. And she had other personalities besides Nikki too.
Just make sure that she stays on her DID regimen, everybody. Make sure that woman stays medicated, because we don't need Nikki and Mickey and Vicky and Sticky and Ricky and Clicky. We don't need any of them. I hope he doesn't kidnap both girls, but that would be interesting. He can lock them in the saw bathroom, like Trip and Wendy were locked into. Vicky, Nikki, Tommy, Jean. That's what Jeannie says, so I imagine those are the four personalities.
Yep.
Vicky, Nikki, Tommy, Jean.
Yep.
Must be interesting to play though. Like, what does it look like on the script? If you're transitioning between Bobby and Everett, do they write Bobby and Everett as the lines, or did they say Everett as Bobby?
I tell you, I think if it were me and I were looking at a script, I would color code them just to make sure.
I'm going to highlight my Bobby lines in pink, and I'm going to highlight my Everett lines in yellow.
Yes, I would. I would have to.
And then I'm just going to play these scenes with myself in front of the mirror. Just be like, so you've come here again, Everett. I have, Bobby. It's good to see you again. We got plans, Everett. Oh, I know that, Bobby. But I think we should have a talk first.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to try to convince me to not do it again. You actually love these girls. I do, actually. They're very sweet ladies. Like, if you would just relax and spend time with them, I think you'd really like them. That's what we need. That's what we're doing.
I'm looking forward to seeing this story.
Well, now that it's, something, right? Because we did a long time of just waiting for us to get here. We all saw the writing on the wall for a while.
Yeah. I mean, when we first started watching Days of Our Lives, boy, those stories, they clicked, boy. Everything was kind of fast-paced. Because we were so used to everything being so slow over at GH.
Yeah, everything was moving at a clip.
And then when we first started watching, it was like, wow, they conclude things quickly. They tell stories quickly.
Right.
And now that's not happening so much.
Now it's slowed down quite a bit. But mother, but if I were to believe the general consensus out there, we are in a low part of the Days of Our Lives history.
Yeah.
You know, where things aren't typically this slow-moving or ill-informed or awkwardly feeling, you know, whatever words you want to apply to your enjoyment of Days of Our Lives right now. In short, it's been better. And so we can expect it to go up, you know, as time goes on. So that's good. And you know, don't get me wrong, folks. Don't take these words and share them out on the internet saying Matt hates Days, because that's not the case. If I hated Days, I definitely wouldn't be making sure that I could podcast about it at 9 a.m. for me on a Sunday. Okay. It's early for me. It's early for me. We told you that was rare for Days, says Jeannie. I don't think it's been that slow though. I think we've really hit the brakes. We've really hit the brake on things. Now, Jeannie, you know way better than I do. But from my understanding, it's especially tumultuous time for Days of Our Lives.
Yes.
So. And
you know, and that's and now that's because they are so filmed so far ahead.
Mm-hmm.
So
hey, you know, but time travels. You know, we move on. A new day always comes, another episode comes along, and every time it does, we get one day closer to things stabilizing. For things stabilizing. Jeannie says for sure. So there we go. Confirmation from a Days guru, Jeannie herself, that we have better days to look forward to. Hey, better days. Better days and bad days. That's what we'll do. We're going to change the podcast name. And when it's a good week, we'll call it Better Days. When it's a bad week, we'll call it Bad Days. No. But I'm going to start wrapping this one up. Because I know that we're anticipating hanging out at 11 a.m. to talk about General Hospital for at least 2 hours and 35 minutes. Because that's what we do now.
That's long.
I see there's a new person that may think that, and I think that may blah, 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 blah. Jeannie says something about Con's wife coming. Probably.
About who coming?
Constantine's wife showing up.
Oh, so she... But
Victor, you can't
isn't
get
she
married?
supposed to be dead, though?
We are still married, Victor. Constantine, we are still married. Oh, no, I thought I hid her away. No, Maggie, save me from this woman, please, Maggie. You're right, Ma. I don't know how she's falling for it.
I tell you what, I don't think Maggie's had enough conversation with Constantine about this wedding thing. I don't think she's talked about enough. She's gonna want to hit the sheets with her.
I just want to stay in America. I don't want to go anywhere, Maggie. Come on, let me stay. It's so pretty here. The weather is so much nicer than Greece. Matt and Kat needs lots more coffee for the GH show. You know what it is? You know what it is, Kelly? It's sincerely just there's more to GH than there is to Days right now. You know, I'm feeling pretty energetic. I mean, in comparison to previous, days for Dummies, I've been very lively this week. And so my energy level has much to do with it. It is sincerely just, there's not a whole hell of a lot going on the show. There's some stuff.
They don't tell their stories as fast as they used to. That's for sure.
Exactly. We're pretty isolated, which is kind of the same characters over the last couple of months as well. We've had a little people come in and out, but we've really been following the Ever Bobby story for a long time, Johnny H. Nell for a long time. We've been following the baby thing from Nicole since we started the podcast.
We have.
So, Dimitri's coming back to town, which is nice because I do like that pairing. So, maybe that'll unlock some more detailed and fun conversation when that character's back on. But when it comes down to, I'm not bored. I don't hate it. I'm not like, oh God, I gotta watch Days today or anything like that. But when it comes to, the must-see television about it or the excitement of getting into it, it's just not the same as GH right now.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all.
It's true.
But that's why we do two shows, folks.
Mm-hmm.
Jeannie's only 15 minutes into Friday's GH, so we should go and let her finish it.
Yep, we should.
We need more Days fans to find this podcast. You're right, Jeannie. That would be amazing to do so. You know what? I'm finding Days of Our Lives fans don't really hang out on Twitter, so I gotta go to Facebook and stuff for it.
Yeah.
It really is like after all of this time and sharing the links and using the hashtag and talking about the characters and stuff, the algorithm has not blessed me with more Days chatter, so I'm going to assume that it's just not out there.
Doesn't seem to be, huh?
Yeah, so maybe I'll go to Facebook. Go to Facebook and see if I can drum up some interest there. Yeah, but you guys
Good
do
idea.
too. You know, the more you like the videos and comment on them, you know, chat's great. Chat is why we have super thanks. Like, you guys participating so much in the chat is why they open that up before we hit the subscriber lower limit.
Yep.
But when it comes to, when it comes to down to this, word of mouth is probably going to be more effective than any sort of advertising campaign that I go for or any sort of groups that I join on social media to share it around. So share it with your friends. You know, share it with the groups that you're in, you know, with the people that you interact with when it comes to Days of Our Lives. And, you know, maybe you can bring your friends into the chat and you'll already have a leg up when it comes to the conversation because you already know them.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't that be nice?
Yeah.
But in the meantime, we're going to continue to reach out to these actors and try to get them on the show. I sent out several emails yesterday to people across the board to see if there's any interest out there. Always working on it, folks. Always working on it.
Yep.
So, that's it. Sign us out, Ma.
What?
Sign us out.
Sign us out?
Like the video if you haven't subscribed to the channel. If you enjoyed yourself, subscribe to the channel even if you didn't enjoy yourself, just to do your good deed for the day. Join us again at 11 a.m. for the 10th Floor podcast, where we're going to talk about General Hospital, the big week that they had. In the meantime, you can hang out with us on Twitter as well. You can follow us at 10th Floor GH, 10th Floor GH. Join in on the soap conversation that we have all week long. Come hang out on this channel on Thursdays as well. For the Skinny Zip podcast. And we'll see you in a few minutes at 11 a.m. for 10th Floor. Goodbye. Goodbye, everybody. I've been Matt.
I've been Kat.
And we'll see you in a few minutes and also next week and then later on in the week. And then just subscribe.